Alright, everyone. Today I am going to be describing my trading journey so far and, how I got into it and what it's been like so far since I started, when I started, and yeah, just overall, just an overview of my trading journey so far. So, I started off getting interested in trading when an ex COD pro player that I watch all the time would always mention it in videos, but he quit COD and became a professional day trader. And he'd always talk about it in his videos, and so, I got interested from that. And I'm talking about Optic Big Timer. If anyone knows anything about gaming, Optic is like the biggest esports organization in the world, and I watch competitive. I used to watch competitive COD a lot. I watch competitive Halo, and Um, I competed in Halo myself for several years, and I made some money on it. I was pretty much like a top amateur, you could say, in in uh, in Halo. Anyway, he would always talk about it, and so I decided to join his Discord. It was only like $50 or not, something. It wasn't too expensive, so I joined it, and I used all of his resources to learn as much as I could about the terminology and everything about brokers and what basically the world of small caps is what he traded, and so um, I learned all about the small cap world and um, the language barrier between it, and I learned about candlestick patterns and um, chart meanings and all that stuff shortly after watching his stuff. I went on YouTube, obviously, and just learned more, and from there I learned about warrior trading. So after joining his Discord, I, watched and kept watching YouTube and just kept learning, and um, I would convince myself that I would be profitable without paper trading it, because Interactive Brokers. For context, he's a short bias trader, um, but at the time, I didn't know that in our religion we're actually not allowed to short stocks. So I continued learning about, shorting, and I realized that on IBKR, Interactive Brokers, you basically can't short anything because there's never any shares to short. So I thought, okay, whatever. Like I'm sure in real life, or like on a live account, we'll be able to short because I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like I'm sure I can just short on the live account. So I opened up my first account near the end of 2023, and I joined his Discord. I think it was September or October of 2023. So I spent a few months learning and just watching before I opened up my first account at the end of 2023. So I got into shorting, and I obviously sucked. When you first start, everyone sucks. But my problem was I didn't prove to myself that I can be profitable on paper before I jumped in. So then I learned like a month later that we actually can't short. So unfortunately, I could not stay in his Discord any longer. Um, I stopped paying for his Discord, and I had to think about, okay, I can't short small caps, but I can, go long in them. So that's when I started focusing more on Ross Cameron at Warrior Trading. And I would just watch all of his stuff. And so for all of 2024, I'd say for most of 2024, I was focused on going long in small caps. But there were periods of times and stretches of times where I would stray to trying to find a different strategy, like using large caps and stuff like that, and I realized it's just nowhere near as reliable as small caps. Eventually, I realized that, but I sized up way too quickly in my first year of trading, so all of 2024, and I lost a lot of money. Um, in my first year of trading, I lost a lot of money, and I have no regrets because the amount of lessons that I learned, the amount of discipline that I learned, is something that I've applied to not only my trading but also my entire life. Um, and I have no regrets, and I don't hold it over my head. Um, but basically, towards the end of 2024, I had some stretches of profitability. It was it was it was getting better, but again, I was still trading with way too much size because I hadn't proved to myself that I'm fully profitable. So I would have stretches of profitability, and then I would have just massive like red days that basically wiped out all the profit that I had plus more. So I was still losing money. Then towards the start of this year, I tightened it up and I tried to focus on, managing those bigger red days, and I also sized down. And from since then, I've been pretty much only slightly losing money, but now I have been like from either slightly losing money to break even, but now only recently have I turned that corner to becoming actually profitable. And I have sized down a lot because I realized I don't need to size up while I'm still learning. There's no point. There's no point to doing that. So um, right now I'm trading with a maximum share size of 40, and I will continue that until I have 2 months of profitability. So this month of uh, May, which I was profitable, and June, and then hopefully in either July or August I'm gonna size up. But yeah, trying to think about what what else to talk about. Basically, um, when I first started, you know, posting videos, I you can see I was like $49 already, but 30 was fees and commissions. It was terrible. IBKR was horrible, and what really helped me turn from um, a break even or losing money trader to a profitable trader now is the broker and the strategy. Those are the two main things. So the broker, well, I guess three: the broker, the strategy, and the mental. So I no longer have spiral days. I don't have days, where I'm spiraling anymore because my mental is so strong. I'm able to, um, you know, my not only has my actual strategy increased my confidence, but also um, just the fact that I'm actually seeing profitability means I'm not taking any more dumb FOMO trades and I'm not spiraling because of it. So um, I have implemented a max loss of $10 and my daily goal is currently $5. So even if I have a max loss a day, $10 is nothing to me. Um, so that's really good. Um, I what else did I want to talk about? I don't really know what else to talk about. I mean, am just I guess I can pull up. So what I mean by uh, I had a profitable May is this was a red day, but I didn't start using TradesViz until this day. But as you can see, I mean, that is just like this is this is really good. Like the thing is, like I said, the red days I had streaks of profitability, but the red days would always kill me. And even during May, it that still was the case right up until this week where I implemented my daily goal and my max loss. So after this week, I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing, but I'm still having these days where I'm losing all the profit that I gained, right? Like so much green. There's so much green on this calendar compared to when I first started. It's just gotten so much better over these past year and a half. And so, because I've now implemented the max loss of $10 with the daily goal of $5, as well as my accuracy being as high as it is, which I will show you. Let's just do, where is it? Let's go to tables and tag groups. So obviously I started logging my trades in here and I started tagging my trades. Now tagging my trades has been one of the most impactful things I've ever done in my trading journey. It tells me what I'm actually making money on and what I'm losing money on. So from my statistics here, I can obviously see that I'm making about $1 per trade on the micro pullback setup. My accuracy is 66% on it. My second highest winner is the bounces off half and whole dollars, which is a 75% accurate trade. And the thing that I'm losing money on the most is these dumb FOMO trades. So guess what I started doing? I started only trading this, and I stopped the dumb FOMO trades. And that's it. That's the only thing I need to start making bank is to just trade this and trade this. Um, so the tags have been good, and as you can see, my accuracy is really good. So um, that makes my that makes my likelihood of going red first on the day pretty low. 25% ish chance, 30% ish chance of going red on the day in the beginning of the day, which is fine because I can still keep trading until I hit that daily goal. Or I trade until my max loss, which would at most wipe out 2 days of my daily goal, which is fine. I can deal with that. What I can't deal with is a day that ruins my entire 2 weeks, right? So I can't have days like these. So I've put these behind me. I've put this behind me. This is my, you know, this minus 10 is going to be my biggest loss of the day. And I, my goal is to have at least $50 in profit on June. Then if I have $50 in profit on June, I might size up for July or August. I'm not too sure yet, depending on how June goes. If I'm only slightly positive this month, I might not size up yet until August. But if I do hit that $50 goal, then I will size up most likely for July. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll talk about the strategy in itself a little bit more detail. So the strategy that I trade is the micro pullback strategy based on Ross Cameron's strategy. So what it is I wait for a a clear I wait for a key level on the chart to be broken, whether that be through a 5-minute bull flag or just a high of day break, but it needs to be a clear, strong break. Now, once that clear, strong break happens, there's usually a micro pullback on the 10-second chart. Um, so I don't know if I can see the. No, I can't. Um, I do have an example right here. So I'm gonna open up TradingView. I don't buy breakouts unless there's. I also trade breaking news, but I'll get to that after. Here's just an example. I don't buy these. I'm not buying this. That I'm not buying. That I'm not buying. See how this is a clear, strong break of that level, and then a micro pullback, and then a resolution. That's what I like to trade. Now, the other thing I do like to trade is breaking news. Technically, this was not breaking news, but I still did trade it because it resembled the breaking news stock. So what I do is I buy the high with a 1-to-1 profit to loss ratio. Um, so I took my profit up here. It wasn't exactly 1-to-1, but it's pretty good. Um, yeah, so I'm going to be doing that with a much lower share size until I deem it to be profitable. If it doesn't end up being profitable, I will not be trading that with higher size. But the thing I will be trading with higher size is for sure the what was the stock for today? Let's see, LYRA. So let me show you guys what I mean here. So break of 30 goes to 735. Yeah, I mean it's hard to okay, here's one that I traded actually. That was perfect example. So here's a clean strong break of the high, right? So it's a clean strong break and what happens? It's a micro pullback on the 10-second chart. So this is the 10-second chart. Pulls down to the 9 EMA and then resolves. So here's a clean strong pullback, right? Or a clean strong break of the high right here. Nice strong break and guess what it pulls back to? The 9 EMA on the 10-second chart. That guess what it does? It resolves. Even if it doesn't resolve, even if it's coming back down up to here, if you're buying down here near the 9, you're still taking profit up here. Um, so yeah, that's uh, that's pretty much it. I also trade bounces off half and whole dollars. So right here would have been nice. You know, you see the break, and then it pulls down to the whole dollar of 18. You buy off 18, and then get the resolution there. But yeah, that is pretty much it. If you guys would like me to talk about anything else, then I would gladly do that. I would also like to mention, I guess, that I do work full time for the government. This is something that I do on the side for now until I start making, $500 to $1,000 a day before I can quit my real job. But if I can make $5 a day every single day in 5 minutes, then I can do that for $50, and then I can do that with $500, and then I can do that with $1,000. So this morning I made $5 in 5 minutes, and that was with 40 shares. With 400 shares, that is $50. With 4,000 shares, that is $500. With 8,000 shares, that's $1,000. And Ross at Warrior Trading uses 8,000 share blocks like it's nothing, so I know that it is scalable up to that level. Um, in fact, my biggest winner of today was using only 5 shares. So imagine I did 500 shares instead of 5. I would have made $485 in one trade. Um, the goal, like the key, is to do that consistently without having blow up days or blow up weeks or blow up months. And that is exactly what I'm showing here is all these greens. There's just so much green and I'm proud of myself for that. I'm on a 4 green streak and I plan to only have a maximum of 4 red days in the month. And like I said, my goal is $50 this month. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If there are any other things you would like to know, then please let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make another video on it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.